Good morning, children. Today we are going to begin with our new lesson in English. Lesson number 10, the scholar's mother tongue. So, you know what is a mother tongue? The mother tongue is a language that we speak at home, that we have learnt as we have grown. Okay, at home. So, many children have different mother tongues based on their family, right? See, we live in Gujarat, so most of the families are Gujarati. So, as the child is born, and the first language that he learns or she learns is Gujarati. But like my family is Maharashtrian, so my children have learned Marathi. Okay, so similarly, there are many different languages in India. So, we learn different languages based on the family that we are born, and that is our first language, and that is known as our mother tongue. So, now let us look at the lesson. Activity 1, read the story. The scholar's mother tongue. A learned pandit. Who is a learned pandit? He is a scholar. Okay, learned means the one who is educated. And pandit is, you can see that the person having a choti on his head. That is popularly known as pandit. Okay. A learned pandit once visited the court of Akbar. So here again they are talking about Akbar's court. In the previous lesson also we looked at the story which had the Akbar's court. Okay. He told the king, that is the Akbar, and his courtiers that he had mastered over many different languages. He has mastery over many different languages. So he can speak many languages fluently. Okay. So now children, you also count how many languages you can speak fluently. Okay. Now looking further, the Pandit could speak many languages fluently. He was so fluent that no one could find out what his mother tongue was. He was fluent in many languages and it was very difficult for anyone to understand what was his mother tongue. I already explained you what is mother tongue. Okay. And then he challenged everybody at the court to name his mother tongue. So now he's challenging, like, who is going to identify what is my mother tongue? Because he is very sure that he can speak fluently in so many languages. When everyone failed, the challenge was taken up by Birbal. So the other courtiers failed to do that. And now who is the sharp fellow in Akbar's court? Birbal. So Birbal has taken up the challenge. Yes, I'm going to find out what is the mother tongue of this scholar, of this learned Pandit. One night, Birbal went quietly to Pandit's room when he was asleep. Now, Birbal had the task on his hand, so every time he was just searching an opportunity. So, once at a night when the Pandit was asleep in his room, that time Birbal entered his room. He whispered into Pandit's ear and tickled it with a feather. He whispered means he talked something in the Pandit's ear and then tickled his ears with a feather. The Pandit, half awake, because when we are in deep sleep we are not totally awake, right? But he got disturbed, so he was half awake, cried out suddenly and shouted out the words in his mother tongue. See now children, whatever is our mother tongue, whenever we are in sleep, whenever we get angry, whenever we have a thinking process in our own mind, we are going to use the language that is our mother tongue. Okay. So Birbal came to the court the next day and told everybody that the Pandit's mother tongue was Telugu. The Pandit was surprised and accepted the truth. The Pandit was shocked. Like, how did the Birbal realize? How did he understand? How did he find out? King Akbar then asked Birbal, how did you find the truth? Birbal answered, in the time of difficulty, a person speaks only in his mother tongue. He also told the king how he had gone to the Pandit's room at night to find out the truth. Now you understand how clever Birbal was? Yes, so these are the different tricks that he uses to solve the task, the challenges that Akbar gives. Okay, so it is another nice story. You can also search many different stories of Akbar and Birbal. Okay, now coming to the next page which has an activity. Now coming to the next page, activity 2 says match the words in the column A with the synonyms in column B. So what are synonyms? You already know when we have done lesson number 28 in grammar. Synonyms are the words with the same meaning. So here there are simple words that we have learnt in the lesson. and that we are going to match with their words. First one is learned, that is knowledgeable. What is mastery? That is command. Quietly, silently. Shouted, cried. Here, cried does not mean to cry. Cried is to scream loudly. Surprised is amazed. Answered is replied. Okay. Then activity 3 has few true and false. Let us look at them. A scholar came to Akbar's court. Yeah, that's true. A scholar was fluent in one language. No, that's false. The challenge was taken up by Akbar. No, it was taken by Birbal. Birbal met the Pandit in the evening. Oh, no, I don't think so. Birbal tickled the Pandit with a peacock feather. No, see, peacock feather is not mentioned. It's only feather. So, we'll not give it right. Okay. The Pandit's mother tongue was Telugu. Yes, it was. Now, there's another activity. Activity 4. Read the poem. Little pretty flowers, little busy bees, little tiny babies. All the little things make us happy. Little drops of water, little grains of sand make the mighty ocean and the beautiful land. Make us happy. So, such a nice poem with rhyming words. Can you see? On the next page, it says, little hugs and kisses, little bit of love with all around the world till we all have enough. Make us happy. So, this is a nice poem about little things that add to our joy. Okay. Then there is activity 5. Match the adjectives in column A with the nouns in B. So you already know what are adjectives, right? The adjectives are the words that describe the noun. So just try to match them. And I'll get back to you with the correct answers. Similarly, activity 6 says match the rhyming words. So you are going to match the rhyming words. You know what are rhyming words, right? Which sounds similar. Okay. Cake, take. So similarly, try to find out the rhyming words. The first is yell, so bell. Okay, so similarly, just try to do it on your own. I'll get back to you. Then activity 7 on next page. The following are the sentences related to some action. Read the sentences and mark a tick mark on the sentence which are related with bravery according to you. So what is a brave task? You know that if you are doing something to protect somebody, to save something, to save nature or to save a life or to help somebody, so that is a task that is of bravery. Okay. Now there are few sentences given and you will decide whether it is an act of bravery or not. Now let us look at the first one. An elephant fights with a lion. But what is written for the to save a deer? So do you think that the elephant is doing an act of bravery? Yes, he is, because he's going to save the deer. So similarly, there are 4 more. Just try to find out whether there are the acts of bravery, and if they are, then put a tick mark. Coming to activity 8. Here there is a story given and the sequence is jumbled. So it was a bravery act by Mittal Patadia in Ahmedabad, and she has won the Geeta Chopra Bravery Award in 2012. So the sequence is jumbled. Try to unjumble it and try to get the story how Mittal saved herself from the robbers that entered her house, the thieves that entered her house. Okay, so just read the sentences, you'll get to know what is the correct sequence, right? Then moving further to activity 9. Now activity 9 is a class activity which we will not be able to do it just now. So moving further to activity 10. Activity 10 is a song. It is actually a prayer. When I was small, we used to do it as prayer in our school. So let us just sing that. We shall overcome. It has the same tune of Hum Honge Kamyab. We shall overcome, we shall overcome, we shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We shall walk hand in hand, we shall walk hand in hand, we shall walk hand in hand someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe We shall overcome someday. We are not afraid, we are not afraid, we are not afraid today. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We shall overcome, we shall overcome, we shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We shall overcome someday. We shall overcome someday. Children, this is a very nice poem to this current pandemic situation of corona. So we'll have to keep our fingers crossed and pray to God and have faith in ourselves. We're going to fight this situation very positively. Okay, I'm so happy that you all are learning well at home, right? I'm very happy for you, and your hard work is going to pay you. So always keep yourself clean, sanitize, every time be alert, wear a mask. Okay, check on your adults also, whether mom is wearing a mask when she's talking to some stranger, when she's buying some vegetables. Okay, every now coming further to activity 10b, enjoy reading the poem. So here's a nice small poem which you are supposed to read and enjoy on your own. So it's about the boats sail on the river and the ships sail on the sea, but the clouds that sail across the sky are prettier than these. So what are prettier? The clouds sailing across the sky are prettier than the boats and the ships that are sailing on the river and the sea respectively. Then there is another passage. There are the bridges on the river as pretty as you please, but the bow that bridges heaven and overtops the tree and builds a road from the earth to the sky is prettier far than this. So it's a very small and nice poem. So there are almost 3 poems in this lesson. Okay, so let's see which I'll ask you to learn. So as of now we are done with the lesson. Now you're going to read the lesson again and underline the hard words and write it on your own. Other remaining exercise that you're supposed to do it in your notebook or textbook, that I will send you the PDF. Thank you children. Happy learning.